Hello everyone, it's me again. I'm going to try this video cooking blog one more time. I got such great feedback responses from the first one. Thank you everyone for the positive feedbacks and all of the inbox messages. Today we are going to be making lasagna. I want to apologize in advance for any noise you hear in the background. I do have 4 kids, but this is the reason why I'm doing this, to show that you can make really great meals for your family. Be an active mom and still get it done. So again, today we are making lasagna. I know this seems like a lot, but this really isn't. The prep time on this will probably take about 20 to 30 minutes tops. So here's what we have. We have some ground fresh turkey meat here. Along with the fact that it's going to go inside of this, we have some sliced mushrooms that I'm going to dice up a little bit, some minced garlic. I'm doing something a little different. I have sweet pepper strips along with roasted bell pepper strips. And also inside of there, of course, we're going to do the 3 items that I told you I always use. Crushed red peppers, Goya seasoning, some hot sauce, and on top of that we're going to have some oregano leaves, some minced onions, and some black pepper. Now some might ask, why am I using minced onions instead of regular onions? I usually would use regular onions, but I have the red peppers and the green sweet peppers in there, so I think that's quite enough to kind of create the flavor for there. I'm not putting any salt in here because obviously I have enough seasonings and there's natural salts in here, so I don't have to worry about that. Outside of that, I've got ricotta cheese here that I'm going to mix up with these 2 eggs and some granite Parmesan to create the sauce for that, as well as we are going to be using fire roasted tomatoes and garlic sauce here. Once I'm finished cooking all of this, putting all the sauce together, mixing up the ricotta cheese, I am going to be using the oven ready lasagnas. Now I know some people like to do the old fashioned way, but again, I'm a mother of 4, so I don't have time to boil lasagna noodles and do all of that. We're going to do it the quick, easy way, and they taste honestly just as good. I am a self-proclaimed cheesehead, so while most might use just mozzarella cheese, I have a lot going on here. So we have in the back here some mild cheddar. We also have some mozzarella. We have sharp cheddar, and then we have Colby Jack cheese, as well as we have regular American cheese. So as we go through, I'm going to do one little extra step today. I'm going to try to show you a little bit further how I prep this. So for now, I'm going to say goodbye, and you'll see me back in a little bit. Thank you. Okay, so now we're back. I have essentially chopped up those sliced mushrooms. I've diced them up along with my sweet pepper and my red bell pepper strips. I have sliced and chopped them up as well, and I put those together because it really doesn't matter. Here we have our garlic, and then we have our turkey meat inside of the bowl. Now before I add the mushrooms or the sliced peppers, I'm going to go ahead and put all of the seasonings that I am going to use. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this is a tablespoon of garlic. I mean, relatively to you, how much garlic you want to use on anything. If you like a lot of garlic, put more. If you like less, put less. The next thing I'm going to do is put my Goya seasoning here. Now you can be, again, the good thing with seasoning is heavy-handed or light-handed as you want. It's relative to your taste as a family. I kind of know what my family's taste is. Here's the part where I should also say I am no gourmet chef. I am just a mom who likes to cook. So please, for all you critics out there, save the drama for your mama. A little bit of hot sauce. We're going to put some oregano here. Now, as I mix this up, I might go back and put in a little bit more, put in a little bit less. I mean, well, put in a little bit more if I need it. Got our minced onions here. and chances is I probably will go back and add a little bit more of some of this. And the reason why I'm doing this is, you know, this just creates a little bit more flavor for me for my lasagna. I love lasagna. I love the cheesy taste, but also like the flavor. Like, you know, I really want my meat to have flavor and taste flavorful. Also, the good thing about lasagna is you can kind of make it how you want to. I mean, I've made it with shrimp inside of it before. Again, it's relative to you. It's really quick and easy to put together. A lot of people will make you think that it's just so hard to make, but it's really easy. But at this point, the next thing I'm going to do is just kind of mix all of this together like this. And I will, after I mix this together and put the seasonings in there, I'm going to go back and add in the mushrooms and the peppers. Now, I'm going to make sure I mix the seasoning in here good before I do this, because the mushrooms or the peppers don't need flavor. They just add flavor. So I want to make sure my meat is nice and mixed up with all the seasonings before I add that in. So you'll see it when I come back and I show it on the stove. Okay, so now we have finished cooking the ground turkey meat, and as you can see in here, it's all nice and mixed in and colorful, very flavorful. You have to take my word for it. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add the roasted tomato garlic sauce here. Now, I like a lot of sauce, so I might end up adding actually two or another can of this tomato sauce here. Also, you can see in the background here that I have gone ahead and mixed up the ricotta cheese along with the eggs and the Parmesan to create that mixture there. So I'm going to still stir this up. And excuse me, I have a little helper here. Again, I like my stuff real saucy, so therefore I am now going to go back and add another can of this. Now, you also could use a little tomato paste in there as well too. I don't know what my daughter was just doing.
I was trying to look at you.
Stay right there. Focus, focus. Thank you. All right, and as I open this here, so I'm going to mix this in, and then when we come back, you'll see the final product of this, and then I will show you how to layer a little bit, and then we will be done. The one thing you do want to make sure you do is save a little bit of paste to go at the bottom of your pan. So as you're using, just make sure you save just enough to go at the bottom. And we will see you in a little bit. Thank you. Okay, so here I'm just putting a little bit of the paste at the bottom. I put a tad bit of water in here just to kind of thin it out a little bit. Just your bottom covered layer so that your noodles don't burn. The rest of it. All right, so the next thing is to put your first layer of noodles. And again, I use these oven ready noodles. Again, you see why they're very easy and simple. Just go like that, side by side. The next thing you're going to do is now put a little bit of meat. So I'm going to spread that meat out there. Again, you don't have to be so concerned, I feel like, about making sure it's completely covered, because you have probably about another layer or two. When you cook in these glass pans, you're probably honestly going to only get out about a good 2 layers. In that case, put a little bit more meat, depends on how meaty you want it. I always end up usually kind of making a second pan because of this. But we're going to make sure this is nice and meaty. Here. So then the next thing we're going to do is, okay, so the next thing we're going to do is put the ricotta cheese on here. The good thing is I don't think you really can mess this up. I do the ricotta cheese first. I know some people might actually say they do the other cheese, but I do the ricotta cheese mixture. Spread it over, and again, you don't have to be so concerned with getting every little nook and cranny covered. I kind of try to stay towards the middle with this. Okay, so now that we've got the ricotta cheese on there, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add our cheese, well, our shredded cheeses. The good thing about using so many different kinds of cheeses is that you don't have to be so concerned about the amount, because you have so many. Again, I apologize for the background. You hear the twins. The good thing about using so many different kinds of cheeses is that you don't have to put as much of each one. Again, I really just so happen to really love cheese, so I might put a little bit more than others will, but again, it's to your own taste. So once I finish putting all of these on there, then I'm going to put the Kraft cheese blocks on, and then I'm going to kind of repeat this process one more time. After that, I'm going to stick it in the oven for about an hour, and when it comes back out, I will show you what the final product looks like. Thank you. Okay, so this is what your final product is going to look like before it goes in the oven. You should have the cheese. You see the two sticks I have sticking up. These are like the little sticks that you would use for shish kebabs. I put these up like this so that I can actually put the aluminum foil. There's some aluminum foil that needs to go on top, but you know, once you put the aluminum foil down and it's all smushed on the top, your cheese gets all gooey on there. So I actually use these to help so that I can put the aluminum foil on without it sticking. So I'm going to show you how I do that. If my little helper can come over here and hold this thing for me, just like that. Hold it like that. Got it? Sure. Sorry. So I took off a little bit more foil than I necessarily needed. But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just stick these down just like this. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but your main objective is to kind of just have some kind of leverage so that you're not sticking the aluminum foil on the cheese. After that, again for an hour, and we'll show you what it looks like when it's finished. Okay, this is it, people. This is the final product. This is our lasagna here. It's all done, and gotta let it cool. As you can see, it's still boiling a little bit. Once I finish letting it cook through, I put it on broil for about 2 or 3 minutes, not really long. I don't like my top looking all crispy and burnt, so I like it to look cheesy like this. It's kind of up to you, or your desire, what you want it to look like, but this is my final product. One of the good things about this dish too is you probably actually will have some leftover meat because you put all of those mushrooms and strips of pepper and all of that in there. This actually acts as a really good leftover sloppy joe. So for all of you moms who might stay at home, or you're cooking this on the weekend and you're doing this during lunchtime, you can actually use that extra meat as a sloppy joe. There you go, as a quick second meal. It's been great. Thank you guys. If you weathered watching all of this, I really thank you. As always, please give me your feedback. This is new, but I really kind of like it, so we'll keep it going as long as you guys keep watching. Thank you and have a great day.